I told you guys before, I have the best supporters in the world, man, on the internet, if you ask me. I'm biased, totally, but I was invited to Detroit Lions training camp as one of the season ticket holder perks. Now, I am not yet a season ticket holder. Shout out to my guy, David Lyons, man, who invited me on the tour with him and his son. I have a phenomenal cast, man, that you guys, I don't think I've missed anything. I've been invited to so many events by you wonderful individuals that I can never say thank you enough. So I appreciate it. But here's the ironic thing about this whole situation. So Dave was on the season ticket holder list. I just got on in November of 2024. He got on a year before me. So he was able to, he missed out on the 2024 season, but he got tickets for 2025. But he got on the waiting list a year before me. So now I'm on the list. I missed out on 2025. So there's no doubt I'll be in for 2026. I literally missed the window by 2 days. I was picking Friday. They ran out of tickets on Wednesday. It's cool because I knew when I saw the road schedule that that's where I really wanted to be. But of course, next year, I can't wait, man. So I want to say thank you. But what we're going to do in this video, man, I'm going to take you on a tour and I'm going to break stuff down. This is going to be kind of a long video. Speaking of long videos, man, shout out to Spirit of Detroit podcast with the Lions mini movie. Make sure you guys go and check that out. I want to watch it on my 85-inch television, so I'm going to check it out later today. But here is and I'm going to kind of talk through this as we go through it. All righty. So here is when you first walk in to Allen Park. So let me come back to me real quick. So the first thing was we got the park where the players park. The parking lot is super small, man. It probably holds maybe 100 cars. I had never been able to really see inside like that because when you go in for training camp, you go through like this back way. You can go off Southfield or you can come off of the side street there, the front of the building. But when you go in, so I had never been able to go in the parking lot where the security shelter is and stuff like that. I'd never been able to go in there. So the first thing is you pull in there. I did see a Cybertruck, and I was like, is that St. Brown? I don't think he's in town, but somebody had a Cybertruck, but it was super duper cool, man. So that was the first thing. We went through the gate. I had to show my license. We go in there. I park. I'm thinking it's going to be this big old parking lot, man. It wasn't that big. So then you pull into there, and from there is you can see, now I know where everything is. So this is right off to, let me see. Can you see my cursor? You can. All right, let me see. I should have brought up my pen tool. So right over here are some doors that you walk in. This takes you straight from the parking lot directly to the turf in the training facility. This is the indoor where they practice indoors. And you can only see one side because the cheerleaders were on the field practicing, and we were told we could not take any photos or pictures of the cheerleaders, but everything else was available. Now, there were some cones that we had to stay in, like we couldn't walk to the sides outside of the cone. So we couldn't just walk all across the field. We had to stay in between these cones, which was still cool. So that's what that is. Took a picture of the one prize sign. Here is a picture of the 1935 championship banner. This is still, of course, in the facility. There's another look at it right there. And you can see a couple banners.
All right, so we live here at Allen Park on the inside here. Shout out to the big homie, bro. I'm telling you, I got the best supporters in the world, bro. So we got to stay in between these cones, these little cones here. I can't show that side because the cheerleaders are there. But here's Allen Park, man. It's nice. The field is the same way it is at Ford Field. It's the exact same thing. It's the exact same. Got the ventilation right there. But this is awesome, man. All right, so here's the other side I can show because the cheer team is right there. So they're right off to my right. I can't show them, but so this is the other side right here. So this is the part we never get to see because when they have indoor practice, if it rains or something like that, they'll come bring it in. But they got the goal posts on both ends. Oh wow, these are actually supported.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. They thought they hanging from the.
All right, so before we get to the Patricia mobile, so the goal post is kind of cool. They don't have a goal post, but they don't have the stand for it. They actually have them from the ceiling. Let me see if I can go back real quick and let you guys see that. They actually hang. They're suspended from the ceiling. So as you can see here, there is no goalpost stand or no base. They're actually supported from the ceiling. There's a wire that runs across the top, and it's like that on both sides where both of them are supported. They're suspended from the ceiling with on top of the building. So that was kind of super cool. And you guys heard me say that this is the same exact, it's giant. It's the same exact turf that they use at Ford Field. I'm gonna be real, man. The turf is kind of trash. I was down there on the field at Ford Field. Shout out to Michigan Panther Pride when we were doing the Michigan Panthers, and they had field access. I went down there with them, and it was kind of trash, man. If you don't have on cleats, you are in trouble. But yeah, that was kind of cool. So let's continue here.
And
yeah, that's what I was just going to say. That trip out, they hanging from the.
All right, now this right here, I can't believe that this is here. For those of you who maybe just started watching the Detroit Lions since the Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes era, this is a ATV that Matt Patricia wore, our former head coach, when he had some surgery done on one of his legs, and he got this thing and he rode around with it. When like ESPN or NFL Network they would come to Allen Park, he rode around with this thing. And this thing is still in the building. It's off to the side. This is off to like the side. You never see it. Dan Campbell nobody ever uses it. So the funny part was I asked the staff, I was like, yo, I can't believe. So I took a picture of it. And again, I couldn't go up close to it because you had to stand between the banner, the cones. But I was like, yo, why is this still here? Like, could you sell it or auction it off for charity? This thing would sell. I mean, the Lions insignia alone is enough to sell it. But the guy was like, don't nobody want the Patricia Mobile. I thought that was hilarious. But yeah, it is still in the building, man. It's kind of crazy. I can't believe I left Kenneth Burns on. I'm sorry. That's the little pan. I thought I took that off. I must have missed that one. This one here. So this is the training facility. I left it on this one as well. This is the training facility that you see when this is what it looks like. Now, the field is not painted. It's not painted. The bleachers are usually over here. And I found out that the Lions, this place, according to the Dearborn Fire Code, they can only have 3,200 people in attendance, which is why the tickets go so fast. They can only have 3,200 people in attendance. So this is the part I never get to see, because when you come into the training facility during training camp, there are banners over here. There are banners not banners, but bleachers over here. And check this out. Excuse me. I did find out that the bleachers will be covered again. It was a highly requested feature prior to Meyer kind of coming in and providing that. So it looks like it's probably going to be that way for the foreseeable future. Thank goodness. That thing, it makes all the difference in the world. If you go and you want to escape the sun, do not sit on the bottom couple rows, because the way the sun hits in the afternoon, it'll roast you. But if you go up a little bit in the mid-tier, upper tier, man, it is beautiful. It is it's like low-key life-changing, man. There's also I think he said par 9 golf hole on the other side. So when you guys come in to Allen Park, and if you come in the front and you're walking around the VIP section, shout out to the VIP, there's a golf hole. I don't know if it was there before, but it's a golf hole. And he said that sometimes Jared Goff and stuff like that, they'll go back there and play a hole or so, which is super duper cool. I can't believe I left Kenneth Burns on, man. It looks totally different with now this right here. So this was freshly painted. Here's a better view over. This is fantastic. All right. So it looks totally different when training camp is here. All right. So over here is where the bleachers are at. They're literally spanning this entire thing. Behind this building here, the VIP is usually right here. Shout out to the VIP, man. But behind here is a par 9 golf hole. Yep. That when Jake Bates was kicking, man, he was kicking all the way. It was crazy. But yeah, all of this is usually bleachers. This is usually you can't get back here because the players come out here. But this lion was freshly painted. He told us that we could not step on it. We could take pictures with it, but it was freshly painted. So not only would we ruin it, but we would also get our shoes, stuff on our shoes. So it was super cool. But it was funny seeing this like this. It was super duper cool because it looks totally different during the actual training camp. All right, now the Matt Patricia heel is still here. I was hoping we got to go over there and see it, but it's still here. This, if you guys don't remember, Matt Patricia put this in as sort of a punishment for the players, that if they did something wrong, they would have to run the heel. So he had this put in, I think it was year 1 or 2 of his tenure here, and he said that the tour guy said that they don't really use it. They don't really use it now. They use it for like rehab. If a player needs to kind of walk or run at an incline, they'll use it there. But the Matt Patricia heel, man, there it go. I didn't know it was 2 heels. I thought it was just 1. So now we're about to go inside. It was kind of cool. So, well, before that, this is where, I don't think this is where the players stand, but you know how you see them doing interviews and all that stuff. This is the board that they use when they do the interviews from training camp, which is kind of cool. I think it's in a different location. But so what we just saw, if we go back a little bit, what we just saw was right over to the right here is the doors that the players come out of. So that lion that we just saw on the ground was like as they come out of the building, which is super cool, man, because now everything makes sense, because you'll see as we go further into the tour how everything works. But so now you go through the doors, and the first room that you're going to see over to the left is the weight room. So we're about to go in there. Super cool. First of all, everything in this building I wanted. I wanted everything in the building, because you're talking about the ultimate Lions, like, stuff. Everything in here was something you just wanted to take off the wall and take home, because it's like one of a kind. So here is the weight room. Now, we were, again, limited to only one section. Like, we couldn't go over to the weight room to, touch everything. We could touch what was in our reach, but we couldn't go any deeper. I love these weights. These Lions weights, Lions theme weights and stuff like that. They got everything that you can imagine in there. So that was like the only picture that I got of that. And then this is the locker, like when you come in and you're in the weight room. So it's kind of like, I made a joke that these came from IKEA, but as you can see, they got rows all across the bottom. And I forgot, they're like 7 rows high, but each player has a number, as you can see here. Now, Jared Goss is going to be the one on the left of your screen at the very bottom with the hat right here. Jared Goss is actually out of frame. It's the one on, so it starts with Goff, and it actually goes from left to right. Now, here is Frank Ragnow. You can see here, again, some stuff is in there, but I wanted to take this picture as it was just a sad moment, man. I thought it was going to be empty, but Frank Ragnow's old number. There's another close-up. This is still in the same room, by the way. So we're kind of moving. So this is a workout mat. So while we were in here, and there's a wider shot of it. So while we were in here, every time you went in a different room, you got passed to a different tour guide. So everything, the field was one person. I'm sorry, the field, the interior, the indoor practice facility was one person. Then you went to the training camp part of it, the outdoor part of it, that was another person. As you went on the inside, you got passed to another person. And then we are going to go to, I didn't take any pictures of the next spot that we went into, so we're going to probably skip to as we were heading out. I don't know why I took a picture of this here. I'm like, why am I taking a picture of 82, 83? All right. So this lady's reflection is killing me, man. But it was very difficult because I took this picture as we were transitioning to the next room. This room here that we're coming out of is the recovery room. It's kind of cool. They have 2 legit hospital rooms. You know what I mean? Like when you go to a doctor's office, they have 2 legit. We couldn't go in there, but they had 2 where if somebody is dinged up during training camp, you can go in one of these rooms. This is where the tables and the recovery stuff is, where the players get the tape and all that. We found out that during an entire NFL season or a calendar NFL year, they spend $100,000 on athletic tape, $100,000. I thought it would be more than that, but this was the lion that you see was super cool. The picture doesn't do it justice, but that is where inside of that room, there's a lot of pools. That's where I want to say that's where Hutch was doing the underwater running when he was recovering, and he put that on IG. The floaty kind of treadmill is also in this same room. So again, this is, as I had to be quick and take this because you was getting passed off. Now, that where we're about to go is probably one of the best parts of the tour. All right, what's up, y'all? We are in the Allen Park, the brand new training in the locker room. This is the first day that the public has, well, you know. Now, I don't think I'm going to, let me cut to me. I don't think I'm going to have to say much as I narrate this video because I said most of it. I made a short. That short did phenomenal, by the way. I think it's probably the best short on the channel, but I said pretty much all I needed to say in this, so I'll let this play all the way through unless it's something I want to interject. Oh, you know what? It will be when we get there because it's something I didn't mention in the short. Tour. So here is the quarterback corner. I forgot he was still on the team. So check this out. Down here, these open up. Those open up. This opens up. So you get to put. They put their cleats, anything stinky, they can put in here. It has ventilation built into it. Behind here, there's something behind here as well. Each person has a safe and like a locker. So, for instance, Jared Goff, his safe is here. Any valuables he wants to put up, he can put up here. And then his, like, just in here is like towels and such. But he's got 2 cup holders, got a phone charger that's built in. So all the rookies are in the middle here. That's funny because they put them on display. So they're in the center of the stadium. You've got Hassan and Tyleek. Got some trash here. And over here, you've got Jackson and Cooper. Pool table. This is super cool. Pool sticks. So each kind of, there's the restroom area. We can't go in there. This is the cornerback, so everybody's together. So all the cornerbacks are together. Dang, they took out Frank Ragnow, so he's gone. But the O-line starts here, comes over to here. Again, more rookies, and they got them right in the middle. That's kind of funny. And they have 1, 2. I wonder if you're a rookie, but you don't have, like if they just drafted a bunch of rookies. His mug is sweet though. So they did the ventilation to stop the locker room smell. Don't know what this is over here. They got a dirty clothes spot. Maybe somebody here's. You've got Wilson. Ragnow is gone. It's just sad to say. He's gone. Okay, more. All right, so this is more offensive line. You got the running back room right here. So this is the ping pong table. You really don't hear this during training camp, but at Ford you hear it a lot. A couple TVs. I think these helmets. Oh yeah, okay. These mugs. Movie theater. You know what? They could sell one of these boys, man. Sell one of these joints. You're supposed to do that before, bro. Yeah, there you go. And then the defensive line is over here. Hey. Look at this. Look at that dude. That dude, he won't be on the team. But you're allowed to sit down. So these are super cool, man. Like, again, you can ventilation. So this comes out, that comes out, the back comes out, and all the stinky stuff they can put, and it's got built-in ventilation that'll take the smell with it, so to help cut down on that locker room smell. It's kind of cool, man. This mug right here, wouldn't this be? How much would you pay for this? Wow. What if this was the light in your basement? What if that was the light in your basement?
Dog, that would be sweet.
All right, so that was the tour of the training facility. All right, so check this out. When you see the Lions and they're doing the little where they come out and they're like holding they got the camera on them and they're asking them questions and they come out. This is where they are. They come directly out of that door into a hallway, and to their right is this sign right here. This sign is out cold. Everything in this hallway, I wanted to take off, man, just rip it off the wall and go home with it. This is fantastic. This probably is my favorite part. Don't get me wrong. The locker room is cold, but this part, being inside the building, like inside where we see a lot of things happen, this was probably my favorite part. The signage on the wall, the history, the Lions, whoever designed this, they did an outstanding job just with the way that it brings the history of the Detroit Lions up. But this sign is cold. This hallway and where we're going was my favorite part of the entire tour. So there's a picture there. One more, home of the Detroit Lions. This is everywhere, plastered throughout this hallway. So, let me go back. Okay, so right here, this is directly, so if the last picture was to the right, when you come out of the locker room, this is along the wall to the left. So right here is where I would imagine that, like, posted up right here is where the camera is, and when the players do their, like, who do you want to play this year? It's set up right here somewhere. It's set up right here because of what you can see on the opposite side of the wall. We're going to see some of those pictures coming up real soon. So this is, if you, along the wall of the Detroit Lions, to the left side, they do the history, each one they do progressively. Now this hallway is where the players meet. So this hallway here, this picture right here is so cold. It's so cold, man. Barry in the middle. They got little, over here, you can see they have little like glass templates of former players. This hallway where we saw that first light at, the lit Detroit Lions sign, I want to say the special teams coordinators are down there, but along this hallway are the individual rooms to the positions where you got secondary, stuff like that. And then we're leading to the main auditorium. But this right here is worth the price of admission, so to speak. This entire hallway is just filled with Lions greatness, bro. It's fantastic. And there's Bubbles. I hated that. Look at the mouth on Bubbles, man. I'm so glad we moved on. This is on the wall as well. All right. Now here is what we all know and love, man. This is where the auditorium is. It's smaller than I thought it would be. The tour guide said that when Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes came in, they kind of remodeled it a little bit. It's been there for a while, and you can see right here, it was established in 2021 because it was basically redone when they came in. Grit, this is fantastic. All along, there's going to be another shot as well, but there's David, the guy that invited me. Shout out to you, Dave, and your son. Appreciate you, my man. But so when we saw on Hard Knocks, Aiden Hutchinson did do his dance right up here. It looks so much bigger on camera, than it is in real life. It's not that big. It's not as big as you might think it is. But this is where Dan Campbell was at when he was like, we'll tread water as long as it takes to bury you. This is where he was. So where Hutch did all his dancing and stuff like that. There's a podium over here, and then there's like a desk over here where the person runs the tape and things like that. And then there's a TV stand there. There's chairs along the walls and in the back. There's another shot of it. All right, so grit is a noun, says the ability to persist in something you feel passionate about and persevere when you face obstacles. Super cool. There's another shot of it. This little thing over here is cold. This is cold, man. This is all one big picture, but broken up into 3 different canvases. So we're coming up on the end. Now, this is the shot I put on Twitter. Now, if you combine this picture with the other picture, you can see it doesn't look so big. This right here, I was tripping on this. So remember when Dan Campbell had the players turn around? Was this at Hard Knocks? No, this is after Hard Knocks was over, but it's the year we actually won the NFC North and went to the NFC Championship game. He had everybody turn around, and he had last division win. Last playoff win was 1993. Last division win was, I think it was also 1993, whenever it was. But this, I can't believe that it took them, apparently, this sign must take forever to get, because they literally had to tape. They taped out the old numbers, and it wasn't even updated after the win in 2023. I don't know if they're waiting on us to win a Super Bowl to change it, or it takes forever. But they literally taped out this. They taped them both out twice. It's crazy. Tacky. I was like, yo, we can't do any better than this. But there's the room in its entirety. And now we're on the way out. These are the mannequins at the front. So this is where you would come through. This sign right here is cold. Like, I want this in my basement. Like, real talk. So if you were to come in, and this is the last photo. Yep, that's the last photo. So that is my tour of the Allen Park training facility. It was fantastic. I had an absolute blast. Thank you again, David. It was an honor to be there, man. I appreciate it. It was good to see. I wondered if I would ever get in that building. I wondered that, but it's so many season ticket holder perks that I could imagine are there. I mean, I've been invited to a loyal member event at Ford Field and all these different things, man. And I guess you get to pick which one you want. And that was an honor, man. I think we were the last group too. It was maybe a group, maybe at 8, but I think we were winding out the end of the day. So I had a great time, man. It was fantastic to be in there. I can't wait till the day that the Lions start to actually acknowledge the people. I'm not going to say influencers because I hate that word, but that they show us some love. Somebody made a good point, and they were saying that maybe it's because they're new. We're like new to success. So where other teams would invite micro influencers into like the fold to kind of connect the fan base with the team, maybe they're not ready yet, or they don't want to do it, period. But it would be nice when that day eventually comes. So I had a blast. Now, you guys can see, man, the merch is here. This is shirt number 2 of 5. I like them, man. Everything turned out great. The quality of the shirt. I wanted to make an update because I feel like such an idiot. This is not the right size. So I ordered the wrong size. This is a large. I still like the way it fits, but I probably wouldn't wear it out. Not yet, anyway. Not until I get that summer body. I thought I was ordering an extra large, but the reason I got confused is because I ordered some different shirts, and the different shirts, because of the way it's made, those were larges, but the other shirts were extra larges. So disregard what I said about ordering a size up. I mean, if you do that anyway, suit yourself. But if I would have ordered the right size, it would have been fine. But I like it, man. They turned out really, really good. The design, I designed these myself. They turned out really, really good. It does take about 10 to 15 days to get them. I think they said they ship within 2 to 5 days or something like that. But it does take, it took about 10. I ordered them on the 5th of January. I'm sorry, 5th of June. And I got them on the 17th. So it took about 12 days to get them. So that's why we're going to launch on July 1st. So you have plenty of time to get there. Also, wanted to show you something that was super duper cool. This is I had wind up putting out on Twitter what somebody told me. And about the Patricia mobile. I said, look what's just sitting around Allen Park. I mentioned maybe they should auction it off for charity. The direct response was, nobody wants the Patricia mobile. Check this out. Look who actually retweeted this. Kirby Joseph, bruh, says, let me get that. And right now, this tweet is now sitting at 95,000 views. I promise you, it might have had 5,000 before he retweeted it, but he retweeted it last night. If you can see, he retweeted it last night, actually at 1:50 a.m. I was still up at 1:50 a.m. and there's me. I was like, yo, Curb, keep being that dog, man. So anyway, kind of a super cool moment, man, to be retweeted. I think that's the first time a player has either liked a post, retweeted anything, or, I'm not very liked on in the Twitterverse. So anyway, this channel is made possible by viewers, subscribers, and members just like you. It's because of your support I get to do what I do. You could be anywhere else on YouTube, but you choose to rock with me. Members of the director tier, you are going to get a discount on merchandise as part of one of your perks. Yeah, I just haven't decided on what yet because I have to make sure I balance profit with, profit margin and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll let you know. It'll be in your perk and rewards. Yeah, you guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions. I hope you enjoyed the tour just as much as me.